What's going on, my peoples? It's your boy Kenny Man. I'm back one time for your mind. Welcome to OBF the Family channel, people. Make sure you guys subscribe, hit that like button, tell somebody that knows somebody to come and support and subscribe to this channel, people. Make sure you guys go to the Cash App. It's down there below. You can see donate to the channel. Go to the Cash App, OBF the Real. Make sure you guys, if you guys can, donate to the channel, people. Been a long day, okay? Now listen, people. Yeah, if you remember yesterday and shit, I had my motherfucking Russian hat on and a motherfucking hoodie on, people, because it was cold as shit outside. Now it's like motherfucking 75 degrees outside. But we had a thunderstorm and all that crazy shit happened. But anyway, people, this bullshit ass weather. That's why I thought I was getting sick this morning, but I feel a little better and shit. I thought I was getting sick, but it's just this weather, man, fucking with me. But anyway, let's get into it, people. So we're gonna talk a little politics tonight. All right, we gonna get back to some of what we usually do, talking about some politics. So I got like 2 clips here. Some clips from the View, and I just want to show y'all how disconnected, sometimes people that are politicians or people that used to work for politicians, or how so much people care about themselves being labeled as a conservative or leftist or the right wing and the left wing. Like, you know what I'm saying? They too concerned with that shit. And I need to tell people like this: politics, yes, you have to have some type of morals and principles about yourself, but some shit is just yes and no. I mean, right and wrong. I'm sorry. You get what I'm saying? Some shit is just right and wrong. It's not as complicated as people try to make the shit. But I wish we can kind of like get out of this thing of people acting like politics is so complicated. It's not. It's people, and a lot of people in politics because they're greedy. A lot of people ain't there to help change regular our lives and other folks' lives that actually need help in this country. They're not there. They're there just to, they're there to get there on some selfish shit. They're not there to help people really like that. Maybe some start that way, but then you get in. It's like getting into the limelight. You know what I mean? Like people get into Hollywood and shit. They may not. You know how people say, "Then motherfucker then went Hollywood on us." Motherfuckers come in with good intentions and then they wind up being what we see from politicians. So it's just troubling. And then, like I said, you got the midterms coming up this summer. I think November. They're gonna start mainly this summer. Start really pushing, their agenda. Talking about the right wing, and the Democrats are in trouble. They didn't do shit. They still haven't done nothing. I keep telling people that they haven't done shit. People talking about, they passed an infrastructure bill. I don't give a fuck. Tell me, people, how infrastructure is really actually helping people right now. It's not. Half of the time they split that infrastructure bill up around the country and shit. The people that's running the states and shit don't do nothing with that money. Sometimes they take that money and do other shit with it. Believe it or not. But anyway, let's get into this shit, people.
In a recent New York Magazine interview, Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez warned Democrats that they could be in trouble going into the midterms. She thinks they're still in the game, but the president and moderate Democrats need to stop thinking they can return to an era where a backroom deal with the GOP could be reached.
And I just want to start off, I want people to really understand something. Whoopi Goldberg, a lot of times you can, especially mainly black women, right? This is not for black women, but I'm just saying, mainly for some black women, right? Whoopi Goldberg is one of those black women that you can see everything on her face. Like how condescending she's trying to be, even with the tone of her voice it's like she's trying to mock AOC. And let me explain something to everybody on Real Talk. Whoopi Goldberg is not a very she's not stupid, people, but she ain't that motherfucking bright when it comes to politics. Okay? She lives in a bubble of entertainment. So she's not really in politics like that. She don't really know what the fuck really truly be going on a lot of the times, right? So, and Whoopi Goldberg is old school. So a lot of the times, what up, Booker? A lot of the fucking times here, people, we gotta understand that Whoopi Goldberg don't really know what the fuck she's really talking about when it comes to politics. She knows nothing about what she's doing. She's talking about. She's reading off a script. She's just freestyling. You know what I'm saying? She haven't really did research. I don't believe Whoopi Goldberg even does research really like that. So a lot of times she's unprepared. So, you know, let's get into this, people. I listen. If she wasn't Whoopi Goldberg don't belong on The View, because she doesn't know half of the shit that she's talking about. Believe it or not, it's a lot of the subjects that come up. She don't know nothing about that shit. But anyway, let's get into it. But I wanted to cut that off because like her tone of her voice, her face expressions. She's trying to mock what AOC is saying. Like AOC is wrong about what she's saying. AOC is actually right. And it's really her opinion. Right? But a part of it, what she's saying is facts. They might get ready to listen. You ain't got to worry about it. Like I told you, listen, people ain't got to believe me. You will see what happened. I told y'all. The Democrats got to do something. They ain't passed shit. They ain't did. Listen, the little bullshit. Listen, I ain't gonna say it's bullshit, but to the sister Jackson that they got on the board. I mean, got to the Supreme Court. Okay. How's that putting money in people's pocket? How's that helping single mothers out? Families out? How is that? Not nothing. Not nothing. It ain't helping nothing. Let's go.
Kind of thinking killed the Build Back Better bill. Do you agree?
No.
Okay.
No. This is the absolute wrong lesson that Democrats have learned from what happened in the last year. The country is
and this
not...
is see. I can I just say this about Tara Reid? I guess that's her name, right? I believe she's actually good for The View because I really can't stand her because of some of these issues. I actually think they should hire her over Anna. I don't really like Anna like that. I think Anna's really like real smug. But I think they should hire her because she's annoying and she's corporation. She's a corporation Republican. You know what I mean? She pro corporations. She thinks that because she used to be a consultant or whatever the fuck she was, she act like she know about what the people want. See, a lot of times these people are just in the politics. They're in the realm of politics. They're in the round of corporations and shit like that. They're not amongst the people like they try to pretend that they are. They're really not. So she's talking on some old politician bullshit. This ain't really what the people want. They learned she's talking politics. She's not talking about what the people want. She's talking about what politics. Anyway, let's move on. Let's go back a little bit. I can't stand her voice.
What happened in the last year. The country is not left of center. We are a moderate country. Independents dominate the electorate, and it's swing districts that make a difference. It is a 5-seat margin in the House of Representatives right now, and historically, it looks like it's going to be a bloodbath.
And let me just say this: the one thing that she's not lying about, she is not lying about politicians. Politicians, Democrats, they're more moderate. You look at motherfucking what's that fucker name? Joe Manchin. It's, believe it or not, people be acting like, oh, it's just Joe Manchin. It's a lot of them. Cinema. It's a lot of them. They're flip floppers. They tell you what you want to hear, and then they do the opposite. It's a lot of Democrats like that. So politicians are like that, but the people are not like that. So that's where she gets confused. But that's why I say she doesn't have a pulse on the people. And I always tell people, a lot of times, some of these people that be talking about politics and shit, talk to the opposite side of you sometimes when you're talking about policies. Because at least you can try to understand where they're coming from. And maybe they can understand where you coming from. I don't mind having conversations with people that think ideologies is different from mine. But when you just stuck around a whole bunch of people just like you and think like you, you don't really know what other people really is thinking about, or what people really is actually going through, or everybody, or have a pulse on the people. You really don't. But let's go with this shit. I mean, let's move on.
For the Democrats, if they don't turn things around. Now, the way to do that is not to go pull further to the left and get into these squabbles that give Republicans the ammunition they need for the culture wars. What they need to do is they need to recognize
that got nothing to do with policies. See, what AOC is talking about is policies. Okay? It's policies. We ain't talking about culture wars. And first of all, listen, I don't even know where this woman really, like, a lot of times stand, but excuse me, she's probably a decent human being. Policies and ideology wise, she's totally off. She doesn't know what the fuck she's talking about. She's throwing the same old Republican talking points. AOC was talking about policies. We ain't talking about grand gestures and shit that Democrats do. Talk about they gonna do some shit, or they really want to do it, but we ain't got the votes. You got the votes, you don't fight hard enough. That's the problem. You wanna sit there and be okay and conversate with crazy ass Republicans that told you soon before you even got in there, we ain't letting you pass shit on our behalf. And when we take over in the midterms, we definitely ain't gonna do shit. I keep trying to tell y'all, man. These type of people like Terry, they try to make politics like harder than what it really is, or you can't comprehend it. It's right. You can comprehend it. It's right easy. Politics is right. You can comprehend it very well, people. It's not that hard. It's not that hard to understand politics and policies. It's not, actually. People like this try to make it complicated. It's not. Let's move on. The Democrats could have passed a whole bunch of shit in the last year and a half. They haven't done shit. They did grand gestures.
Need to recognize some of the disingenuous arguments Republicans are using, and Democrats need to start hitting back proverbially on holding Republicans accountable in these districts. There's only 13 competitive swing districts out of 269 that are being redistricted right now. That's not a lot. AOC is in a safe district. She doesn't have to worry about this. The progressives are in safe districts. They don't determine the House of Representatives control.
First of all, and that's the problem. Because if it was more AOCs in the country, I mean, you could say that was in the House and the Senate. If it was more of them, we'd have got some shit passed. But we don't. And listen, we can't keep on every time these midterms and presidencies and Senate seats and shit start coming up. We keep blaming the politicians. The politicians tell you exactly what they're going to do. We, as voters, keep voting for these motherfuckers. That's the problem. That's 50% of the problem. The other 50 is the politicians. A lot of them are fucking liars and propagandists. That's all they are. But 50% goes on to the voters. We ain't getting our life ain't getting better because of us. Half of it is our fault. Because we keep voting for these stupid motherfuckers, putting them in office, knowing they going to switch on us like that, knowing they ain't going to do nothing. And I'm not just talking about people that lean left. I'm talking about people that's on the right. You bitch and complain. Listen, the right, a lot of right-wing voters, Republican voters, are culture voters, culture war voters. They don't give a damn about their own lives. That's why I be saying, why are we, when we get power, I ain't saying we, but when the Democrats get power, why don't y'all just run amok? Just go up there and pass every motherfucking thing you want. Nah, I want to see what the Republicans are talking about. Let's bipartisan this. People, ain't no bipartisan shit, okay? When the Republicans got power, they pass shit. Democrats get power, they want to bargain. They want to do bipartisan shit. That's the difference. That's why ain't shit got done in this last year since Biden and the Democrats run. Listen, people. They run the House, the Senate, and they got the the White House, and they haven't done nothing. They passed a corporation infrastructure bill. They got him a Supreme Court judge. It wasn't a Republican that retired. It was a Democrat. The best thing that I give Biden his props for is he handled this COVID-19 shit good, and the job rate has went up. I give him props in those two things. But anything else, he ain't did shit. And he lied about the stimulus package. Come on, man. You out the gate line. Let's move on.
What she is worried about, though, is the health of this country, right? And she's worried about the families of this country. And progressive policies are popular.
85. I did vote independent. I didn't vote for Biden. I didn't vote for him. I told you, I don't give people my vote that I don't believe. I'd rather give somebody I don't know that talks about good policies that I like, that ain't never been president or some shit, or some type of politician that I didn't know that ain't just fresh. I like fresh meat. So, I don't vote. I don't give people my vote because of the status quo, or we got to get a Democrat and they're the Republicans so fucked up. Oh, they're going to be fucked up anyway, regardless if they in power or not. Look what they doing. Look what the Republicans are doing to the Democrats right now. They fucking up so bad. They still destructing shit, doing all these culture war shits, and the Democrats are just sitting around doing nothing. Doing nothing. Trying to act like they the good party. Listen, you pass policies, you the good party. You pass good policies, you the good party. If your policies help people, you're the good party. I ain't worried about no fucking culture wars. If people that goddamn stupid to follow culture wars and believe in culture wars and conspiracy theories, that's on them. I'm too intelligent for that. I'm not a cult-like type motherfucker. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm a leader. I'm not a follower. You get what I'm saying? So I don't give a fuck about culture wars. But anyway, let's move on. Let's go back a little bit.
District, they don't determine the House of Representatives control.
What she is worried about, though, is the health of this country, right? And she's worried about the families of this country. And progressive policies are popular policies across the board. They're actually popular with independents, and they're popular with Republicans as well. And let me tell you what I mean about these policies. There's 84% support for paid maternity leave. I'm surprised Republicans don't think that's a good thing. 75% support government funding for child care. 60% support boosting the minimum wage. 57% support tuition-free state public college, and 54% support Medicare for all, and that's across the board. Across, well, maybe the people that are paying for.
Now there you go. There you go. They back to, like I said, back to the Republican talking point. If you didn't hear, she said, how they gonna pay for it? First of all, you see, shout out to Sonny for breaking that down. See, when you break down facts, the only thing that Republicans can do is get back to culture war talk. See, this ain't policy talk. You heard what she said? Oh, how you supposed to pay for it? We already had this conversation already. We already had it. It was already paid for. Joe Manchin fucked this up, and I told y'all he was going to do it. Joe Manchin and Cinema fucked that up. That Build Back Better, whatever the fuck it was, the Build Back Better bill. Manchin, the Democrats fucked that up. Joe Manchin's a Democrat, Cinema's a Democrat. Now they Republican, so whatever. But I'm just saying. And Biden didn't put his foot down with Joe Manchin or Sinema and told him, y'all fuck this agenda up. We gonna have problems. But nah, Joe Biden wanna be this, let's be bipartisan shit. Let's all just get back getting along. We was never getting along from the jump, Joe Biden. What the fuck is wrong with you? You forgot what they did to you and Barack Obama? Do you remember that? And these Republicans are even worse than then. Worse than them back then. You got a bunch of nut jobs in the fucking Congress. But like I told y'all, they back to doing culture war talk. Sonny break down facts. She gets back to Republican culture war talk. How you gonna pay for it? We already had this conversation before. We already had this conversation already, bitch. Playing games and shit. That's all they do. They don't have no plan. Well, what is your plan? Like they always, the Democrats got all this they want to do, but what are y'all gonna do for the people? Do the normal Republican bullshit? Yeah. That's basically what y'all offering. People tired of it. People always want to keep blaming the Democrats. The Republicans ain't doing shit either for the people. So what do the Republicans do? Culture war talk. Entertainment. Conspiracy theories. But we sitting here acting like this shit is real out here. Like these people actually got policies. This bitch giving me a headache. Let's move on.
Raise the taxes on these billionaires, maybe they'll pay for it.
Exactly.
But
That won't pay for it either, though.
What you're saying is very true. So I was surprised to see this Harvard-Harris poll this morning that said that it shows that Trump is leading Biden 47-41. If the election were held now, I mean, we have a 6.7 million job growth in this country, which is the greatest in 40 years.
Time out. Let's get back to the, if Trump were running, Trump, far as stats or whatever, right? He's 70, he's 46, and Joe Biden 41. Listen, let me explain something. Who fault is that? It is Joe Biden and the Democrats' fault. That it is no way impossible Trump still could beat Biden right now. The polls saying that. This dude is a disgrace to the country. He's out here saying all types of goofy, crazy shit. This nigga out here siding with Putin, nigga. He's out here encouraging Putin. These are Democrats' fault, man. I'm just trying to tell y'all, man. And this is some of y'all fault. Y'all keep voting for some of these Democrats, man. It's been time for a change, man. There's no way impossible that I could vote Republican. I told y'all that already. It ain't no way impossible. First of all, their ideology is bullshit. Listen. First of all, I don't feel welcome in the Republican Party as a black person, number one. And number two, I'm very educated in politics. I'm very aware of how policies are created and what they stand for and shit like that, and how they impact. And that shit is bullshit. They work for corporations. I'm not fucking with that. Let's just move on, man. I'm not fucking with that shit.
So what is the problem? It's the messaging.
It's messaging.
And the Democrat, I think the AOC has a point when she talks about, this is not the old days when Tip O'Neill would negotiate with Strom Thurmond. Those days are, whatever it was, I don't remember. But those days are gone.
But she also wants President Biden to rule by executive order, which is not how our
But
system
he has
works.
to. He
No,
can't.
he
You
does
can't
not.
build consensus
He
with
cannot.
crazy people.
I
You can't
did
build
ask that
consensus
question.
with
First of all, let me
majority.
time out. See, this is the problem with Republicans. See, the ones that so-called supposed to be somewhat normal, right? Even though they got fucked up ideology and policies, right? She says that's not how the system works. Well, why do presidents do executive orders then? Trump did more executive orders than any other president. The fuck are you talking about? And before that, Barack Obama. Before that, George Bush Jr., Clinton, George Bush Sr., Reagan. They all did executive order. What the fuck are you talking about, lady? That's not how it's supposed to go. Well, why he got that power then? Why he got that power to do that? Since that's not how it's supposed to go. And then first of all, just like Sonny said, how do you not do that? Because you can't work with these crazy ass motherfucking Republicans to pass anything. Simple shit that helps people. They care more about their donors, which is the corporation, than they care about their own fucking voters. Or the other. Listen, people. Even though I don't like Republican ideology, I still care about Republican voters that are decent human beings. I still care about them. I still want them to have health care, affordable health care. I still want them have child care. I still want them to have a better minimum wage. Just because I different with them on ideology or religion or whatever it may be. But I still care. I still want that for them. But Republicans got this, you got to look at it from our point of view only, or we don't really want to hear what y'all saying. And that's the problem with Republicans for me. And I'm talking about politicians here. If that's your bargaining chip for me, you want to bargain that way, then I'm out. It's over. Just do you then. Then I'll find out how we can overthrow y'all, and pass out shit. I ain't got time to be sitting there arguing with you. Let's move on. It's all nonsense.
We were talking about
voters.
election results and how to fix the voting system. And I suggested that that's what he should do. And Governor Warnock, Senator Warnock, said he is not a king. And if in fact, what most of this messaging is coming to us through newspapers and through online places, I don't listen to them. I don't listen to them because the only people who will determine what happens is not the newspapers, it's not them, it is going to be all of us.
Yeah, that's right.
That's the only, and pay attention to see.
And you know what? I actually agree with Whoopi Goldberg. I actually agree with her. I told y'all 50% of why a lot of shit is not getting done, or the country is kind of fucked up and we in this weird ass place right now as a whole as a country, is because even the decent people are not really paying attention to what the fuck is going on. We so distracted by culture war talking, you know, this and that and all of, you know, the Will Smith smacked the shit out of Chris Rock bullshit. We got people that's trying to join Amazon, trying to join unions in Long Island, and Amazon calls the police on the motherfuckers to get them arrested and tell them we won this one. Got them arrested for nothing. Talking about they was trespassing. Because they trying to join a union. Trying to have a union, you know what I mean? But people weren't, you weren't about Chris Rock got smacked. This is shit I be talking about. And people be like, well, people could, you know, chew gum. I mean, we can do more than one thing. We can do two things at once. But we starting to see that a lot of Americans can't do two things at once. And if they listen, this country focus on a lot of negative bullshit all the time, and I don't understand why we do that. It's more important shit to do. It's more like shit that we need to focus on. We're not focusing on. We're focusing on stupid shit. And I just don't I truly don't understand why people have, like, America has this low, a lot of Americans have a real low IQ. And I'm dead serious about that. Because there's no way impossible you seeing all this fuck shit going on around in this country. And you worried about what goes on in social media so much instead of the wrong shit, the shit that you don't even need to worry about. It's like culture war shit. Like, we don't need to be in conspiracy theory. We don't need to be worried about stupid shit like that. We need to be worried about getting the right people in positions of power to pass laws and policies to help us all. So we can live comfortably and free and stress-free. I believe 60% of the country is stressed the fuck out. And it may be a little higher than that. But the reason I say 60% because I'm talking about, I believe we probably have 60% of decent people in this country. Rich, poor, whatever you may be, it's 60 decent human beings and 60% of decent human beings. The other 40 is lost their mind and arrogant and crazy as fuck. Just real talk. And selfish and don't give a fuck about nobody but themselves. But the other 60 is just, we stressed out about this shit. Like, I don't understand why people ain't more concerned about this shit. Like, you don't see what's going on in the country? Like, you see social media, look all the fucked up shit that's going on. People done lost their damn mind. I believe 40% of the country has lost their goddamn mind. Some of them in power, some of them just regular folks, some of them just nut jobs. Just evil motherfuckers. Let's move on, man. Let's get into the next clip, people. We're still talking about AOC saying what she's saying about the Democrats. It look like they're in trouble. Let's move on.
Congresswoman Ocasio-Cortez, I just wanted to say what I would like to see is I would like to see all those Congress people and Senate people. I'd like to see some folks cheerleading what he's doing because in all of the stuff that you want to get done and all the stuff he's been trying to get done, I mean, we all got a list. We all got lists.
You know why that didn't happen, Whoopi? That didn't happen. That should have happened in the fall.
Time out. See, and this is where Whoopi Goldberg loses me. She's an old school Democrat. Just give me, it's hard. It's not hard. You got the numbers. God damn it, Whoopi Goldberg. God, why you got to be this way? Why are you telling people to be okay with mediocrity? And when she does that, it takes the sting off of how much the Democrats are in power and they ain't doing shit. And mind you, you can't even blame the Republicans because they didn't pass nothing. You blame Democrats. Joe Manchin, Sinema, Joe Biden not for getting in their ass, and other Democrats. Nancy Pelosi, you see it's silent. When Trump was in office, you seen this bitch out every day running her mouth. Every motherfucking day. Every goddamn day. She's still the Speaker of the House. She ain't saying shit. Because you know why? Because they back to doing their regular bullshit, corporate Democrat bullshit. That's why you don't hear her saying shit. You rarely even see Mitch out there. Mitch know, like, man, we ain't shit gonna get done. We good. Let's get back to normal shit that we normally do. We got Trump to fuck about it. Yeah, we got some Trump stupid people, but hey, in Congress, and fuck it. Let me just chill. Here and there, you see Mitch come out and say some old stupid shit. Nancy Pelosi ain't saying shit. She ain't doing shit. No press conference. We don't even see this bitch. We don't even see her. And she was out every goddamn day. We are in trouble as a... She ain't doing none of that because you know why? Back to normal. Back to mediocrity. And I like how the corporate Democrats get mad at the progressives of the party, like the AOC, which they like to call the far left. Right? Like they some type crazy people. Ain't nothing crazy about helping other people. When they act like they some type of fucking radicals. Just saying that is weird shit. That's dangerous. The far left. That ain't the far left. That's, believe it or not, that's where the people are. We just don't have enough of those people in Congress. I don't understand, man. I don't understand. How the fuck we get here? How the fuck did we get... Listen, people. And like I said, we can blame the politicians, but God damn it, the people, come on, we got to wake up, people. We got to do better. Fuck being woke. A lot of us ain't even woke. Motherfuckers ain't even wake up yet. Wake the fuck up. God damn it. And then you got Whoopi Goldberg out here acting like everything's, he did a lot of good shit. No, he didn't. Oh, he was out here fighting for some things. He didn't fight for shit. Oh, we all got a list. I just want human basic policies that help people. This system that we have now, it's not working. They ain't even talking about justice reform no more, people. George Floyd bill, we ain't heard of it no more, people. Let's just move on, man. And I told y'all, all they had to do was pass a lot of these policies, and they'd have been fine. But nah, the Democrats does what the Democrats does. The corporate Democrats does what they do. And they got the power over the progressive part of the Democrat Party. And we're just back to normal shit. Mediocrity.
Yeah. Joe Biden getting infrastructure passed was a huge achievement. That's something that the Congress has not been able to do for years. It became a running joke with the Trump administration. Every week was infrastructure week, and it never happened. Joe Biden got that done with bipartisan support. Yeah. 19 senators. And
all of it goes to the corporations. That don't even help us. It don't help y'all people. Talking about infrastructure. People, your roads still fucked up. Have that infrastructure bill had an impact in your lives, people? Joe Biden got it done. Okay. How did that help people? Is people still getting ripped off from healthcare providers? Yes. This bitch crazy. Trump was, I don't give a fuck. We knew Trump. Let's move on.
Senators, including Mitch McConnell, voted for that, but unfortunately, the political capital he built up was destroyed by the progressives whining about Build Back Better and not being able to get it together.
Thank you. See? Whining. Oh, they was whining about the Build Back Better bill. Let me explain something to y'all. The infrastructure bill and the Build Back Better bill was all one bill. All one. Joe Biden fucked that up. Nancy Pelosi fucked that up by allowing Joe Manchin and Sinema to dictate how that bill was to be presented. We need to separate it. Didn't lie. We're gonna pass the infrastructure bill to help corporations first, and then we're gonna pass the Build Back Better bill. Okay, it got passed through the House, but we told everybody what was gonna happen when you split that bill up. AOC and the Progressive Party told you what was gonna happen if that shit got to the Senate, especially fucking with Joe Manchin. Then she talking about, oh, they was whining. Put it like this, whatever the fuck your name is, Tara Reid, whatever fuck your name. Let me just say something to you. Yo, deceiving ass bitch. Y'all here lying to people. Let me explain something to you. If wanting to make regular people in America lives better is called whining, fighting for a high minimum wage, if that's called whining to you, child care to help moms, single moms out, people that, is in couples or whatever, that's still struggling out here. If that's whining to you, then we whining, bitch. That to let you know the mind state of a fucking Republican. A so-called conservative. You whining about whining. Because we want to help people? Oh, listen, man. That's why I can't talk about this shit every day. Cause this shit have pissed me off. Politics actually pisses me off, people. It actually runs my blood pressure high because me is very, very aware of what the fuck is going on in politics, and I have a very high IQ with this shit. Very intelligent about this shit, and I know exactly what's going on. It mind boggles me to see people get on national platforms and lie. I think it's the lying part that bothers the shit out of me. It's no, like, I know you're lying. I know you're lying. Let's get back into it, man. I can't stand people like this. Just lying to the people. Putting out these dumbass narratives. It doesn't even make any sense. Then you lying on people, then you act like, and then you try to antagonize people by saying, oh, well, they whining, they was whining about it. Let me just explain something to you. Democrats should never be taking advice from fucking Republicans. Look at Republicans. Even the ones that so-called not fucked up like Tara Reid. Her ideology, what she's saying out of her mouth, is even fucked up. She's just as fucking delusional as Marjorie Taylor Greene. With her fucked up ass point of views. Let's move on.
That is absolutely what happened.
That's not what happened.
That was at a time where they needed democratic
That is
unity.
not what
They
happened.
didn't
The
have
difference
it, and it
between-
allowed people
all right.
to show them that they were arguing within
That's
each
not
other.
what happened.
Okay, what happened?
The difference between the Democrats and Republicans is the Republican Party, not just the nutsos, and you know who they are.
Yeah, most of them now.
Most of them in the party are afraid of the Trump base. The Democrats are not afraid of the Democratic base, and they should be. They should be. Because I am in the Democratic base. I consider myself a liberal Democrat. And I'm annoyed with the way they're behaving.
Are
They
you gonna
should be
stay home?
scared of me
Are
right
you going to
now.
stay home, though? Are you not going to vote?
I'm not saying whether
Well, I'm just saying, the point is
I'm not
that
giving that away.
the difference is that they need to demonstrate that, okay, if you're upset that you didn't get Build Back Better at a $6 billion price tag, which was untenable, then what are the alternatives? The alternative is you compromise and we get some things done, or the alternative is Republicans come back into power and you have the extremists that want to, penalize teachers.
Kill the
And let me just say this, and this is why you do not take advice from Republicans. Because the Democrat Party base, as much as, I don't fuck with Joe Biden and all them and the corporate Democrats, they ain't crazy. Ain't nothing crazy about them. They just greedy fucks. That's all they are. That's it. But ain't nothing crazy about Joe Biden and them. But her party is the one that's fucked up. They got a bunch of loose cannons, crazy people. And let me explain something to y'all. See, the problem is, and this is what Republicans like to do, like Tara Reid like to do, right? They like to try to somehow, some way compare like the AOCs, the progressive side of the Democrat Party, like the Marjorie Taylor Greenes, the crazy right wingers, right? The conspiracy theories, the nut jobs, the January 6th motherfuckers, because that's basically what they are. Terrorists. Okay with terrorists, however you want to look at it. Okay? They try to compare them like they the same. Oh, that's the far left, the far right. No. Because see, when you hear AOC talk, you only disagree with the policies. You don't think nothing crazy about her. You don't think she's off her rocker. You don't think she's a loose cannon at all. You know she read. You know she's educated. You know she's using common sense, or she at least have common sense. And that's where the Democrats fuck up at. All the Democrats gotta say, listen, we disagree with somehow people in the Democrat Party, but they ain't nothing like that over in the Republican Party. Not like them crazy people. We just had disagree on policies. That's it. Ain't nothing extreme about them. We just disagree. And the problem is with Democrats, that's corporate Democrats, they don't like to be challenged. With that bullshit ass ideology, that bullshit ass bipartisanship, that corporate taking money from the donor type bullshit that they doing. From the corporations. So that, listen, what's the difference is the corporate Democrats, they benefit from the corporations. They create policies for corporations and then give crumbs to the rest of us. AOC, the progressive side of the party, the real progressives, right? They're about the people first, and we think about the corporations last. That's the difference. We'd rather give the corporations crumbs because they already rich. But don't ever listen to right wingers about talking about the AOCs of the world, the progressive side, or the so-called radicals of the left. Because they try to act like the radical left is somehow the same as fucking Marjorie Taylor Greene and them. The Matt Gaetz of the world. The Ted Cruz in them. Josh Hawley's. These people crazy as fuck. These people say the most delusional shit every day. Every day. Nigga, they mad at everything Democrat. I told you I'm insulted because of some of the fact of that people who have a nerve to get on national platforms and lie to me when I'm intelligent enough to know what the fuck is going on. And you still got a nerve to sit out here and lie to people like me. Acting like I just woke up yesterday. Or I'm still asleep some fucking way. Come on, man.
Roll back Roe v. Wade.
But look,
Get rid of
this
gay
is
rights.
why AOC was right. This is why AOC was right. When Build Back Better and the infrastructure bill came to be passed, they were linked, right? They were linked. And the progressives gave up, and there were 100 of them, right? They gave up their leverage to make sure that the infrastructure bill would pass. What Biden said was, I can get Manchin's vote. Let's de-link these, and there won't be a problem. I can get the vote.
Speak that shit, baby. Speak that shit, Sonny. Speak that shit.
And said he was a no on Build Back Better. What Build Back Better, that framework included things like childcare, universal preschool, paid family and
Which they
medical
couldn't
leave.
pay for.
They can pay
They
for it.
cannot,
They pay
and
for
that's why it didn't get
infrastructure.
passed.
And she's lying, and there she go lying again. Oh, this bitch be lying. I can't stand people that lie. Listen, people, only reason if she's saying that they can't pass the bill, the only reason she's saying it is because she don't want to upset the corporations. The people that's rich. The people the motherfuckers they ain't paying their taxes. Motherfuckers ain't paid taxes in years now. They ain't paying their fair share. They got tax cuts, nigga. Listen, she's lying again. Back to the same old dumbass talking about they couldn't pay for. It's a lie. It was in the bill. It could get paid. It could get paid for. You want to tell you why? Because I read it. I read the whole goddamn bill. Of course, it was some shit that I ain't understand, so I had to Google some shit. I had to talk to certain people about certain shit, like what this mean, what that mean. Of course, because I don't answer and act like I know every motherfucking thing. Tara Reid act like they couldn't pay for it. You're a liar. And people, mind you, people act like, oh, if they'd have passed this bill, this Build Back Better bill, oh, how they gonna pay for it in a year? People, this was like, like just like they got these taxes, these corporate taxes that they did for the corporations and shit. This is over 10 fucking years. It's the same thing with this bill. It would go for 10 years to see how it would work. They don't even want. Listen, people. Never mind. Listen. I told y'all. I don't even know why we listen to people like Tara Reid. She can't even control her party. You can't even have conversations with people in your party, Tara Reid. You are outsider to your own party. So why the fuck would we take advice from you? Is she lying? Oh, we can't pay for it. They can't pay for it. We could pay for it. It was in the bill. And you this is how you know it's so disingenuous. Right? In two ways this is how it's disingenuous. One mean you didn't read the bill. So you lying about the bill if you didn't read it. Now, if you read the bill and you still saying the same shit that it can't get paid for, then you're lying again. So either way how she look at it, she's a liar. She's a goddamn lie. This is why you do not allow Republicans like her to sit, the outside Republicans. They outsiders from their own party. These type of Republicans, these bitches are shunned from their own party because the crazies then took over. Her party is like the Walking Dead, nigga. Bunch of zombie crazy bitches trying to kill him and eat him. The fuck out of here, Tara Reid. The fuck out of here, you liar. You know, sit on that and then sit on a national TV and lie. That's what's the most disingenuous part about it. I mean, that's what the most frustrating part about it is that she's sitting on national platform intentionally lying. And even if she ain't intentionally lying that she didn't read the bill, it makes you still like you don't even know what the fuck you talking about. People, if this bill, the Build Back Better bill, I could if they couldn't show me how they could pay for it, then I would say that the Republicans are right about it. But it could get paid for. And people, I never hear this talking point from Tara Reid about all this money we keep spending on the military and war. Biden doing exactly what he's supposed to be doing. Russia over there fucking with some other country, nigga. Got nothing to do with America, nigga. Sorry, hey, Ukraine, love you. Chavez to you. Okay? Listen, it's not our business. It's not our business. Because like I said, it wasn't a whole bunch of motherfuckers coming to the rescue when our troops was over in Iraq, which we shouldn't have been over there. But ain't nobody was over there to help us fighting that. We was on the front lines. In a whole nother country. We had a little help from our European buddies. But hey. Nigga, listen, I'm going to tell every country, nigga, when it comes to America foreign policy, nigga, this is a business decision. This ain't personal, nigga. This is his business. Sick of this shit. Every time something happens, America gotta get him. We ain't got to get involved in nothing, nigga. We hurting here. And people like, well, you ain't never been to a third world country. So the fuck what? It ain't our business. Sometimes America need to mind our motherfucking business and help you from afar. We shouldn't be out there every day talking about Putin and what they doing. Nigga, that ain't none of our business. Understand, Putin, we already let you know that fucked up what you did. Put them sanctions on you. That's it. We'll fuck your economy up, nigga. That's what we will do. But other than that, nigga, we ain't getting involved. We listen, nigga, we can give Ukraine some weapons and shit like that. We can go do that for them. But other than that, nigga, so they can defend their country, they ain't got nothing to do with us. Sorry. Motherfuckers always act like America got to be involved in all these wars and shit. We ain't got to be involved in nothing, nigga. Mind our motherfucking business. We got a war going on here, nigga.
Universal preschool, paid family, and
Which
medical
they couldn't
leave.
pay for.
They can pay
They
for it.
cannot,
They pay
and
for
that's why it didn't get
infrastructure.
passed.
And this
Honey, if
country
it was
pays
that
for
simple,
so
hey,
many
if it
things,
was that
Tara.
simple,
This
then it
country
would've
pays
got-
for
it would've gotten
wars.
passed.
This country gives tax breaks to the rich. This
doesn't-
country
doesn't-
has
it
money for
doesn't
everything
work like
except
that.
for poor people
It sounds
and
great.
except
That
for
sounds right, but
education
I worked
and
in
except for
Congress,
health.
and that's not how it works.
And that's what happened. She said, I worked in Congress. That's not how it work. How that does not work? You got money for wars. You got money for all this other shit, but you ain't got no money to help the people. And then mind you, that's the most disingenuous shit ever, because simple fact, the people is asking for these policies and we pay the taxes. But Tari, she like to be out here acting like she know all be all. Oh, goofy ass bitch. That's why, listen, people, if you notice, I really don't really talk about politics no more, really too much. Because of the simple fact that it's not that I know everything. I educate myself in politics and shit. Ain't nothing going on. It's back to the normal bullshit. Nothing is getting done. Nobody's passing anything. Everybody arguing about culture wars. Ain't nothing going on. Nobody even talking about policies, nigga. These motherfuckers out here worrying about Hunter Biden laptop. We got homeless people in the street, nigga. I don't give a fuck about Hunter Biden laptop. Unless he got child pornography on it or something, I don't give a fuck. Or he got somebody, he murdered somebody on that bitch. Other than that, I don't give a fuck. The fuck is wrong with people? Nothing getting paid. I told y'all. I tried to tell you. Look what's happening. What's up, Shay, baby? Look what happened. Look what happened. He went to vote for the Democrat, Joe Biden. And mind you, you could have voted for a Democrat. You had Bernie. But no. A lot of y'all went out and went to go vote for Joe Biden because he was safe and he was normal. He's the Democrat. The Democrat Party. He gonna put it back to how it used to be. We was just complaining about how shit used to be, and you put the same motherfucker in there that used to do the same shit. How's that working out for you? First of all, I ain't gonna say for you. I'm gonna say how's that working out for us? Because we in this shit together, people. We gotta stop doing what makes us safe, what make us feel safe and comfortable. Listen, people, you know how uncomfortable, like, out of my comfort zone I feel sometimes, like, when I gotta cut certain family members off and certain friends off and shit, because I'm used to being around them. I'm used to, that's normalcy. That's some shit that I know. But sometimes I gotta do it, people, because morally it's right. People sitting around just being comfortable. It's not, listen, people, you shouldn't be comfortable when other people are out here hurting. We all should be out here getting treated way better than what we are. It's just sad that we pretend like, we're doing the best that we can do. No, we can do better. Some of us just can do better. Some of us just settle for basic shit. You just accept mediocrity. Well, we only can get what we can get. Like, no. Let's fight. Let's try to get what we could get. Like, listen, let me ask you something. Do you understand what the rich does? They actually, the corporations and shit, a lot of these fucked up politicians, they gamble, nigga. They will gamble everything to get what they want. Take a chance. Everybody act like they too comfortable. Everybody act like they scared to gamble. They scared to take a chance, take a risk, because they too goddamn comfortable. Excuse me. And listen, people, I'm not just speaking this shit because I'm saying it out of my ass. I'm saying it because I have experience in that. When I'm comfortable, when I'm too comfortable with something, shit goes wrong for me. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, I got this weird ass thing that God does to me, right? Like, karma and shit like that. Karma hits me different than it hits a lot of people. For me, I see, right? or when I get too comfortable, God gives me wake up calls. Because maybe I'm not listening to him or hearing him or seeing what he's presenting to me, that shit get ready to go wrong. And I just continue to do my normal shit instead of trying to, oh shit, I'm fucking up, or I'm getting too complacent, or I'm too comfortable. Real talk. No lie to you. I believe that happened to me at my job. That's why I wound up I had to go through all the shit I told y'all about and go back into it. But that's what happened to me. I believe that's always signs that God throws at me. Because he don't talk to me. Like, you know what I mean? People be like, oh, he talked to you. If you start hearing voices, nigga, something wrong. Okay? I'm talking about signals and shit that you see. Like, shit just be there, and I know it's there, and for some odd reason I can't stop myself from continue to do the behavior. It's like self-control. You see the shit, but you ignore it. And all God is doing is putting these signals and these signs and putting these obstacles in front of you, sometimes to block you and stop you from going way too far with shit. And so that happens to me all the time. That's why I said to myself this time around, like, you know, it wound up working out for me in the end, right? But I lost a lot of money. With this last situation at my job. I lost a lot of money, but it was okay because I like I said, part of it was my fault. Because see, one thing about me, I'm always aware of my behavior, and I always understand that I have to take responsibility for some of the shit that goes on around me. Even if I'm getting too relaxed or I'm lacking. A lot of shit be on me. I take some type of responsibility in it. But it was a good thing for me. And it actually probably was a good thing for me, because the crazy part about it, when I left the school that I was at and shit, right? Soon I left the school, like maybe like what? Shit. But I've been back for about almost, it's getting ready to come up on a year in a couple of months. But shit. Like 8-9 months later, my old boss and shit, he wound up passing away. I told y'all about that. Like, I don't know. And every it's crazy because every day I get up and I go to that job, right? I think about him. Cause I ride past that school and I go to the other school. It's not that far. It's like almost down the street. You can kind of say it's not right down the street, but it's, you know, it's, and you in a car, it's like kind of down the street, right? Walking distance is a couple of miles, right? But every time I ride past there, because I'm used to, like, I go straight now, right? And then I make that left turn. But I used to get to a certain light and then I make a left to go to my job, right? Listen, I think about that shit every day, right? And sometimes I just look at certain shit, like some shit is just a sign. It's a sign. You know what I mean? It's telling me to a certain extent it's time for me to kind of, because my plan is to retire after this year. Right? After this year. Right? So it's time for me to get out, travel, and do shit. Because life is too short. You don't know what the fuck is going on and shit like that. To take a chance, take a risk. I'm used to being in my comfort zone. I'm used to just shit working and I got a routine. Sometimes you got to get out of that sometimes. You know what I mean? Take chances, take risks, do something different. And so, you know, that was a wake-up call for me too. Like, I'm saddened that he passed away. I think about him every day, right? Because like I said, I passed that school every day. But it's just a wake-up call, man. That means it's time for shit to change, man. And it gets back to my point about politics. Like, we keep voting for these same people because they're comfortable. We know who they are, but it's not. How's your life, like, just being like, okay, you cool with it, like it's comfortable, but you got to take a risk with something else, because this comfortable shit is not going to always be working, because times change. So that's all I'm trying to explain to people. I like to break down different scenarios so people can understand exactly where I be coming from with certain shit. But it's not complicated, people. It's far from complicated. And people make shit complicated, and it's really not. Politics is not complicated. It's these fucked up politicians, these fucked up people like Tara Reid that work for politicians and work in Congress or whatever. She like to say and shit, like she's so important. And they forget about how normal people live, because they living in this bubble. You get what I'm saying? Like, a lot of times I've been cooped. I'm a homer. I'm a homer anyway. I like to be in my comfort zone. When I'm out and about, right? A lot of the times I'm very talkative, right? If people know if you know me, I'm very talkative, right? But when I'm out and about a lot of the times and I'm around people I kind of don't know, or I don't know you, I'm very quiet and laid back, because I'm trying to observe what the fuck is going on. So I'm always worried when I go out, but it shouldn't stop me, because I'm wary of what's going on, stop me from experiencing new shit, or getting out and doing better, taking a chance, taking a little bit of a risk. You get what I'm saying? Listen, I can stay in my comfort zone if I make it, God willing, allow me to get, when I get my 60s or something, and I chill the fuck out. You get what I'm saying? But now in my 40s I got 20, hopefully God willing, I got 20 years just to experience shit. My first 40 years was some bullshit, and helped me and built my character and shit like that. And I get to this point, now it's just time for me to live. Time for me to experience some shit. Live life. Watch my daughter grow. You know what I mean? Do normal shit. I've been so closed in as a person and trying to watch my surroundings watch every, you know what I'm saying? I'm so point on and laser sharp on shit that I don't live a lot of the times. And that's what I'm saying about people in politics. Stop living so comfortable. Stop being comfortable. It's not helping. Living comfortable sometimes is not being it's not healthy a lot of times, and it's not helping anything, because you're just stuck. It's okay to dream, people. It's okay to want something different. But anyway, people, let me get up out of here. I'm gonna hit the squad up behind the scenes. I'm gonna do a show tomorrow, Saturday as well. I'm gonna try to see if we can come up with a challenge. Well, actually, we got the OBF family. We got some votes. We got votes voting somebody in and voting somebody out, as far as OBF the real. OBF the family. So we got that coming up Saturday. And we go live. We gonna do that live. Hopefully everything go right with the parties, the two people that's involved, and we can get this shit squashed and done, and so we can move the fuck on. But anyway, leave your comments, hit that like button, support your boy. It's your boy Kenny Man. Make sure you guys subscribe to OBF the Family channel, people. Like I said, I'm gonna be over here next month. My Mr. OBF, my new channel that's coming out, will be up and running probably around October, April. Hopefully, April. What's that? The 6th or so? April the 10th. Or something like that. It's gonna be in April. It's coming soon, people. It's maybe 2 weeks from now, or a week and a half from now. So, it'd be back up and running. So, I just been working so fucking much. So I kind of couldn't, and I got a lot of shit going on as far as with the channel and trying to do shit for OBF the family and shit. So I'm kind of doing different shit. Y'all seen I'm I remodeled the studio. I'm still in process of still remodeling shit. So, I got and then I got the shit with Nick and LT. They got the new show coming out on OBF the family. I gotta hurry up and get this shit done for them. The playoffs get ready coming. I know they trying to get their shit sparking from then. So I got a lot of shit going on, man. Motherfuckers be thinking this shit easy to do. I work 9 to 5 and I still got to do this shit. You know what I'm saying? Which I love to do, which I appreciate that people rock with me and fuck with me for doing this, and how much we done elevated as far as this channel. You know what I'm saying? And and this, I call it a movement as far as this movement, this OBF movement. So we ain't stopping, people. We got new shit coming up. So make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, hit the like button. Make sure you guys, if you can, donate to the Cash App. Go to OBF, the real Cash App, and donate to the channel. Donate what you can, people. It's highly appreciated. Leave your comments, hit that like button, support your boy. It's your boy Kenny Man. Peace and love to the world.
Hey, it's Shay. I've been deemed the mother of OBF, which means I care for this channel. I care for each and every member of this channel. I've been kicking it with OBF for more than 6 years, which means I'm not new to this shit. I'm true to it. I believe in the intent of this channel. I believe in the mission, which is to inform, to educate, to notify, and to discuss. Here, we talk about everything, the latest and the greatest. You're going to get our opinions. You're going to get the facts raw and uncut, straight up real, 100%. Besides doing that, I think we've created something that haven't been done yet on this YouTube platform. We've created a squad that not anybody could be a member of. You have to be real. You have to be inspirational. You have to be positive. And most of all, you have to be consistent. You probably see on the show, we fight. We fight for our opinions. We fight for what we believe in. We fight, yes, as a family. But behind the scenes, we love even harder. Here at OBF, the squad, we are not kinfolk. We are straight up family. And I'm proud to be a member. Shay out. OBF for life.